Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Swiss, and it is officially NFL playoff time already. But tons of sports happening. College basketball, NBA. We actually crushed the NBA last night. I'm expecting to crush it again tonight. Games tip off in about 5 minutes. So let's rip through this video. In this one, we're starting with the AFC. First game up. We're talking Raiders. We're talking Bengals. Let's go.
Welcome to the Swiss. The Swiss. Hey, get the Swiss.
All right, Las Vegas on the road here in Cincinnati. The line is Bengals -6. Early bets are about even, but look at all that sharp money on the Raiders. I'm talking 73% are early money are on the Raiders here. This is as of Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. And really not much changes here. All week, the bets are pretty much split right down the middle. Sharps are still all over the Raiders. In fact, even some more Raiders money has come in. The books do drop the line early in the week. Drops from 6 down to 5.5, and that's where we're at now. On Saturday night, we're looking at Bengals -5.5. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the analytics, the line for this game should be Cincinnati -2.12. So that's 3.5-point lean on the Las Vegas Raiders here, according to the analytics. All right, so let's run through a quick breakdown of this game. And the mismatch that jumps right out at you, jumped right out at me, I'm sure it jumped out at you also. The Bengals pass protection against the Raiders pass rush. Cincinnati's a pretty well-balanced team, man. They have a lot of offensive weapons. They have a lot of strengths on both sides of the ball, but their weakness is definitely the offensive line. They finished the season 30th in the NFL in sacks allowed, 23rd in the NFL in QB pressures allowed. And this Raiders pass rush is elite. You got Max Crosby, you got Ngagwe, you got Carl Nassib, plus both their starting defensive tackles combined for 8 sacks. This team just can rush. This team pressures the quarterback as good as anyone in the NFL. They finished the year 6th in the NFL in QB pressure percentage, but in the last 4 games during this 4-game winning streak, they're actually 4th in QB pressure percentage. You got a really good pass rush who's hot right now. Bengals will 100% need to account for this pass rush, whether it's an extra tight end sitting back or another back hanging back, just helping in pass protection. I guarantee you we're going to see the Bengals do something to compensate for this Raiders pass rush. Now, we already saw these two teams play in Week 11, and actually it was Joe Burrow's worst game of the season. He threw for just 148 yards, so he's already had his issues with this pass rush, but why this game is so important, because that was kind of a turning point for the Bengals. Check out Joe Burrow's numbers since then. Ready for this? Since Week 12. So they played the Raiders in Week 11. Since Week 12, Joe Burrow's got 73.7 completion percentage. That's first in the NFL. 9.6 yards per attempt. First in the NFL. 327.7 yards per game. First in the NFL again. Oh, and he's also first in the NFL in EPA amongst all quarterbacks in that time since Week 12. So you can honestly sit here and make an argument that since Week 12, Joe Burrow has been the best quarterback in the NFL. Obviously, it's debatable, but the fact that you can make an argument on it makes a statement in itself. Now, let's take a look at the Raiders offense, and we'll start with the resurgence of Josh Jacobs. Remember when we thought this dude was just done? Weeks 1 through 14 this year, right? Weeks 1 through 14, the Raiders were 29th in the NFL in rushing efficiency, averaging just 3.8 yards per carry and just over 84 rushing yards a game. Terrible. But check out what these Raiders are doing with Josh Jacobs in these last 4 games. During this 4-game win streak, Jacobs is top 5 rushing yards, rushing attempts, yards per attempt. I believe he's like 6th in touchdowns too. Josh Jacobs all of a sudden has turned it on, and out of nowhere, it wasn't there all season, but out of nowhere, the Raiders have a pretty savage rushing attack going into this game. One last thing I want to add before I make my pick. Let's talk Joe Burrow for a second. Joe Burrow against man coverage this year, #1, best passer rating in the NFL against man coverage. But he's been awful against the zone, and if you know anything about the Las Vegas Raiders defense, this team runs almost exclusively zone. Raiders run the highest percentage of zone coverage defense in the entire NFL. So between the Raiders pass rush and this almost exclusively zone defense, the Raiders defense is like Joe Burrow's worst nightmare. Bottom line, I'm siding with the Sharps here, and I'm playing Las Vegas. Give me the Raiders plus 5.5. I think the Raiders continue their hot streak. Whether or not they win this game, it's a toss-up. I think it comes down to a field goal, which is why I'm happy to take 5.5 points. Give me the Raiders. Final ticket posted on KyleKirms.com, probably around 2 o'clock, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Right on the website, I'll have my bet of the day. over-unders, team totals, player props, all that for both playoff games tomorrow. Posted right on KyleKirms.com around 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Also, if there's any crazy last-minute changes, injury updates, money shift, line movement, anything like that, I will definitely keep you posted on my Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. So make sure you check one of those 3 platforms before you place your bets. NFL playoffs have begun. Let's eat. Let's make some money. I'll talk to you on Twitter.